Let's see, today is Monday, the 2nd of August, and this is my barbecue grill, our barbecue grill down at the lower level behind the house. And last Thursday, we were planning on cooking a couple of steaks out here, so I came down and I lit this thing, all 3 burners, and closed the lid. I wanted to get it real hot so that I could sear the steaks when I put them on. And so I went upstairs and was there for, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes, I guess. And I brought the steaks down to bring them out here. And when I got down into the basement room, I stopped and set the steaks down and picked up a barbecue book in there to look at it and see how much time I needed to leave the steaks on to be medium and rare and whatnot. And so I was sitting down. I had the door to the outside was closed, both doors. And my wife came down the steps with a cell phone, and she had called 911, and she said there was a fire. And I thought she was talking about one of the neighbors down here had a fire or something, because I didn't hear anything. But anyway, we came out here, and there had been a tremendous explosion. But she heard it upstairs, and I didn't hear it because both basement doors were closed. And but anyway, she said she saw a big cloud of smoke coming up, and I came out here, and by the time I got out here, the smoke was gone. But what had happened, you need to think about when you're doing these barbecue grill things, tricks, is over on this end, there'd been a can of spray paint. I'd sprayed something out here 2 or 3 days later, and this can was sitting right about here on the edge of the barbecue grill, and I didn't pay any attention to it when I lit this thing. But when I stopped in there to read that book, I sat down. I was in there for maybe a minute and a half, and my wife came down the steps, and we came out here. And what had happened is this can had gotten hot enough that it exploded, and apparently, you see all this white ash, a big fireball came up, and you can see how it smoked up the rafters here, and up on the ceiling you can see where the can right up there, you see that indentation in brown right there. That's a 1x6, and that can busted that 1x6 in half. And this pink stuff is 1.5 inch insulation board, which had been painted with the latex paint to match the rafters and everything. And it's got a metal roof overhead. But that fireball, it must have lasted only a few seconds, because it burned all that paint off, but it didn't set this stuff on fire. This stuff will burn if it's exposed to fire for long, but apparently it was like a flash fire. It even went through onto this is a little screened-in porch out here. It went through the screen. It only burned a hole in the screen right over here, but it went through the screen and burned all the, some of this has been scraped down, but you can see on the inside in there back, let me go in here and let's see here. All this stuff was hanging down like this. You can see how the smoke, all this smoke damage went over into this second bay, but it didn't burn didn't damage the ceiling any other than smoking it up. But all this smoke you see on here wasn't there before this flash fire. And it's what I'm saying is I'm a very lucky person because I stopped and read that book. Otherwise, I'd have been standing here in front of this thing when that can exploded. And right here, this is up over, right above, and over. That thing would have burned my clothes and my hair and eyes and everything else out if I'd been standing there. So what we need to remember about this situation is don't ever leave a can of anything sitting on one of these little shelves around your barbecue grill. Even a can of Pam or a can of mosquito repellent, stuff that you normally have around, don't leave it anywhere near your barbecue grill, because you might not be as lucky as I was, and you may find yourself in the middle of a fireball. And so let's remember this. I'm going to try to put this on a website or something so that somebody might learn from this experience and be of help to them.